There's something going on. Your freedom is in danger. Agents of the state, they taking children from the manger. Oh, they will sacrifice your kid. Take Brendan Dassey, that's exactly what they did. They needed someone, oh, Jody wouldn't flip. They looked around, saw him quick. Oh, it made so much sense why. Oh, Brendan Dassey, he was Stephen's alibi. There's something going on in Wisconsin that's not kosher. We better stop, let's all take a look closer. Oh, they will sacrifice your kid.
Hello, everybody.
For Brendan Dassey,
that's exactly what they did.
They visit him once, they visit him twice. They make him feel so safe. Sandwiches, soda, so nice. No cameras rolling and under no lights. Who knows what went on up in Fox Hill Monday night? There's something going on. Freedom is in danger. Everything about this kid getting stranger and stranger. All we know, they will sacrifice your kid. Oh, Brendan Dassey, that's exactly what they did. March 1st, alone in a room
with Bert and Ernie.
No parent present
and no attorney.
4 hours later,
with a touch of the knee,
they finally get
Brendan to agree. There's something going on.
I said there's something going on. Oh, they will sacrifice your kid.
Take Brendan Dassey, that's exactly what they did.
There's something going on. I said freedom is in danger when the agents of the state can take your children from the manger. Oh, they will sacrifice your kid. Take Brendan Dassey, that's exactly what they did. Take Brendan Dassey, oh, that's exactly what they did.
Hello, hello, hello. That's Mr. Stacy Seabrook, of course. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Check in with the comments here real quick. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I see everybody now. I couldn't check the chat while I had the, the image up. So, hello, everybody. It's great to have you. It's great to have you. It's, great for everybody to be here. Yeah, the sing-along. Yeah, where's Stacy? Hey, you guys got to help me out because, we're trying to get Stacy. We're trying to figure out how we're going to get Stacy down here because now he wants to come down here and do some Erekose studio sessions. So we're trying to figure that one out currently. So some interesting things today. One thing we're going to do is we're going to actually go through a document created by a supporter. That supporter may show up here in the Hangout at some point. It's up to that person. They were here earlier, but I assume they were having some kind of technical difficulties and had to drop out. Ali Apperson may show up, and also Mr. Travis Williamson, the defense lawyer. He may show up as well. So they may show up and help in giving some of their thoughts about this document we're going to look at today. But I think it's this document we're going to be looking at today after the initial thing is I think a good roadmap for you guys, for all supporters. Like when you're getting into this case, I swear when you're getting into this case, I think about always how Hattori Hanzo explains the path of revenge to Beatrix Kiddo. It's kind of like the way I look at this case. And like when you start researching it, if you don't like try to like map it out in some way, shape, or form or something, you get lost easily and quickly. And so what I thought was brilliant about this document we're going to look at today was that it was a supporter, a person who is really interested in finding the truth and what happened, created this document going through queso and just like kind of in a certain way bullet pointed the issues that she had as she was going through and reading it, and she was noting those issues, and later went through and started researching some of those issues and ended up amending the document a little bit. And I think something like this is interesting because any supporter can create a document in Word, and as you're going through like queso or going through the trial transcripts or whatever, you can note like page, day, person testifying said this and that and whatever, because it piques your interest because of something else that you've been researching, right? It's a way that you'll see what I mean when we get to it, that it's kind of a way, just a suggestion for people of how you can order your research and keep it from becoming, really overwhelming. Stacy's in Canada. Can't believe how he rhymes everything. Hey, Meredith. Good morning, Paul. It's morning for you, but it's not morning for me. But anyway. I've been enjoying your videos, especially the one with the FBI agent Steve Moore. Yeah, G-Man Moore. I love that video. Falcon Apata, yes, in Kill Bill. Hattori Hanzo and Beatrix Kiddo in Kill Bill. I don't know where those two characters appear anywhere else. Maybe you could enlighten me where else those two characters would appear, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something I missed. I'm trying to get on Hangouts, technical difficulties. Oh, okay, no worries. When you work it out, Adrian, just you'll be able to rejoin it, and that's fine. No worries, Adrian. And Ali may join as well if at some point here, hopefully. So she's been sending an invite, and even Travis may, because Travis was a big part of this document and helping research in this document and a lot of things in this document. So he may show up at some point as well. What's up, Jazzy Cat? You know what? Let me pull my monitor closer. So I don't have to be squinting at you guys. Is the document online? It is. It's in Google Drive. Let me see. Can I get that? I'll tell you what. If after the video everybody really, really, really wants a copy of it, I'll give everybody a link to where I have it. Do you know how the nurse took the groin swabs from Stephen? Died. No, I don't know how that nurse died. I don't actually. It's a really great doc. Hulk softly tap at the lamp and everyone. Hulk turning over a new leaf. You're cracking me up, T1. You're cracking me up, dude. I know. I'm Nurse Fritch. I know what you're talking about. I wasn't aware that she died, and it would seem you're even suggesting possibly nefarious circumstances. So I'm not sure. I hadn't heard about it. So one thing we can talk about here first is some news today from Miss Zellner. So there's some news today from Miss Zellner. This is a tweet she made saying that tomorrow, it's always during the week when I'm at work too. Drives me insane, this woman. Anyway, tomorrow we will announce a new important development in the Avery case around 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Stay tuned. So that's going to be about noon or about 12:30 for me, and I would think about 3:30 for the East Coast. So it's going to be something interesting there, obviously. So may as well go ahead and get everybody's thoughts on this, because I know I'm seeing everybody is just chattering about this tweet. So let's see what you guys are saying. Trish was Herman's next door neighbor. Interesting. Good evening, Christabella. Four-letter dirty word. Yeah, well, in the meantime, to maintain my activities here, I have to have a 9 to 5. Happy birthday, Falcon, if it's your birthday. Can we petition Michael Fassbender to play Agent Fassbender in an MAM film adaptation? Very exciting stuff. KZ gives Christmas presents early. Love it. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. Is she going to be coming forth with a bunch of the information about the battery? It's going to be interesting. Did Zellner get volunteers to do groin swabs and compare those to the amount found on the hood latch? I don't know, but I've been wishing I could perform some DNA testing to do some similar things like you just suggested. But problem is, it's costly to do the type of testing. It's one thing if you're just testing for a profile, but when you're trying to test to get quantitative, how much quantity is there and that sort of stuff, I think it becomes a pricey ordeal. Well, I think I just said, I mean, I'm most likely it's going to be the information on the battery, how it traces back to one of the county yards of fleets in Manitowoc. I would imagine she's going to flesh that out. That's a guess. It could be something else too. Could be a tip. She's been talking about tips as well. So it could be something that some kind of substance that a tip led her to, I guess I should say. Could be something like that. I'm waiting for the train of black Suburbans to drive up to Manitowoc. Or Dassey Garage, possibly. That could be, yeah. What about the bones? What do you mean, what about the bones? What are you asking me specifically about the bones, actually? I don't know exactly what you mean. What about them? I had the Dahan video just yesterday about them. So I so love that. I tried saying that damn battery could be traced from the beginning. She'll use info revealed to get someone to come forward. I hope someone has decided to talk. That would be helpful. Last week, she stated that someone ad coming forward with information. Perhaps she is revealing that info too. Oh, the ad you hid. Yeah, that whole thing. Or check the ad you hid. Or check ad you hid. Theory that they were not those of TH. I was thinking something about the garage, but wasn't sure. Could be that she found something in the Dassey garage, somewhere in a nook and a cranny, somewhere in a dark corner where it didn't, it was cool and dark, and where it didn't degrade too seriously. Might be. She found something. Let's see. Carmen's bones. It might be about Carmen. I suppose that's a possibility as well. If the RAV is at the state crime lab, how does Calumet County ship the hood latch swab with no access to the RAV? Well, because Calumet County just holds all the evidence. they just hold all the evidence with the exception of the RAV4. It's like they say, it's in the impound in Madison, but most of the other evidence gets held at Calumet County. So that's, and I think that's one of Zellner's things that she's going after doing the video yesterday that I'm sure most of you saw when we were looking at the motion for scientific post-conviction scientific testing is, she was, well, I don't know. Let's get back. I'll just get back to what we're getting at here. So, could be Carmen's bones, could be phone records. I'm not sure which ones exactly it might be in terms of phone records. Phone records in terms of maybe I'd like to see her go after the missing voicemails or the fact that voicemails were allowed to be left on. I think it was the second. There was suddenly room for voicemails. Suddenly the phone was ringing again. I've always wanted to see her kind of go after that as well. I was giving this some thought, working in a salvage yard, your hands are always dirty. Wooden filthy hands cover DNA. Well, I don't know. I guess the grease and stuff would get mixed with the DNA. It might even cause more DNA to stick to the hand, I suppose. But seriously, though, thank you for keeping this whole thing real. The old term mind mapping with all of us able to throw in ideas. You, sir, keep it real and correct the falsified that are on other channels. Well, thank you so much, Martha Dickinson. Dennis, okay, queso 886, 887, 880, or 978 says Tyson swabbed the latch on 4306. Okay. What? And well, does one of the, okay, let me ask you this, Denise. Does one of those actually say if he swabbed anything else? What page number was it? Let's see, 886, 887. Let's see here. Deputy released the following. This Hallbox RAV4 was located at approximately 1935 hours. I photographed the interior passenger door handle of the Toyota RAV4 with the plate number SWH582. 1935. I also photographed the interior handle. Photographed both the passengers and the interior door handles. I took a DNA swab of the interior door handle on the driver's side. Interior door handle on the driver's side. Okay. At approximately 1940 hours, I photographed the exterior passenger door handle of the Toyota. At approximately 1940 hours, I photographed the exterior door handle of the driver's side of the RAV4. After the door handle was photographed, I took a DNA swab of that. At 1941 hours, took a photograph of the hood latch of the Toyota. At 1945, took a photo of the left battery cable of the Toyota. And approximately 1947 hours, took a photograph of the right side of the battery of the Toyota. As I photographed the right side of the hood latch, Sergeant Tyson took DNA swabs of these locations. The storage unit containing the Toyota RAV4 was secured. So then they do have swabs of the cable, right? Left battery cable, right? So they have a swab of the hood latch, the left battery cable, and the right side of the battery cable. So to my mind, they should that if those exist, then why have we only heard about the hood latch swab? Why have we not heard of the other two? I guess is what I'm getting at. Why are we here? You look like you look You like the attention. Okay, so remember when Kathleen Zellner said someone else knows who committed this murder, and we already are getting tips about that. Right. I agree. It could be something to do with that as well. No swabs were dirty. I know they don't. Yeah, they were just kind of yellow, slightly yellow. And I did a live session where I showed two different people that went and swabbed the hood latches of their cars, and got nowhere near that. I mean, well, I should say we're nowhere near that light a coloring. They were pretty much blackened by being rubbed on the hood latch. At least it's good that it's bringing major attention to the flaws in the criminal justice system with the good old boy parties that go on. Certainly. Rubber Ducky, thank you, Erekose. That clears up. Excellent factual evidence research. Thank you, Rubber Ducky. None of my exonerations has been. Let's see. None of my exonerations has anyone been retried. None of them. Just this week, we got a tip that was just jaw dropping. Like, whoa, somebody actually knows this. We're getting close. So I know that's a quote from Zellner. So yeah, it could be interesting what comes out tomorrow. That's for sure. Just crossed back across the border from Wisconsin. She also said in the past week, we've gotten some really, really strong tips. Yeah. Is it standard that someone suspected of being in possession of a firearm will be DNA swabbed when arrested? They would be if they're suspected of murder. Remember, I have told you this. They reported Stephen Avery as a murder suspect to the FBI on November 3rd, 2 days before they officially found the RAV4. Right? 2 days before they officially found the RAV4. But they also have the RAV4 being logged into custody on the 3rd, 2 days before it's officially found. Make of that what you will. So, whether good attention or bad attention, some just crave attention. Okay. Is tomorrow the deadline? No. For what? No. For KZ, she files on Thursday. She may file earlier, but Thursday's the deadline. He was not suspected of murder officially at that moment. Okay, guys, let's stop talking about. Has anyone heard about TH's RAV4 being switched to a different one? Yeah, that was a popular theory for a long time. Also, Teresa was reported dead on November 3rd. See, a major violation of his constitutional rights, as SA was the only suspect in the case. His DNA was already on file. So far, haven't gotten the other folks in here just yet. So, but we'll move on to the document. When I do this, I won't be able to see anybody's comments, unfortunately. Okay, so this is a document that was created by Adrian Gonzalez, who may end up joining us here at some point. But this was created by her. As she went through the CASO reports, she kind of was creating this document as she went to remind her, to kind of give her like road signs to help her remember, what all she was finding when she was going through there to help her inform her research later. Oh, sorry, thirsty. Okay, so and when I first saw this, I just thought it was brilliant because when you go through all these documents, like CASO, for instance, is over 1,000 pages. I think it's almost like 1,200 pages, and it's just investigation report after investigation report after investigation report. It has like all the transcripts of the interrogations with Brendan and all these things. There's just so much information there. And so as Adrian was going through, she created this for herself. She just opened up a Word document, and as she went through, and as she was reading a page and something struck her, she would make a note of it to remind her to maybe look at it later, or at least just to make a note of it so that it stuck out in her memory. And so if she saw something else about it later when she was researching. So I thought this was brilliant because, I mean, number one, look at this, what she did with phone numbers and stuff here. She's picking out the phone numbers and everything and all that. I think that's brilliant. I think a lot of people, those people that get into the whole phone records and the phone calls and all the things going on there, I think this is a brilliant thing for those people that are into that kind of research to do, because then you've collected all of these numbers and who they're assigned to and kind of stuff on one place that you can easily go and look at, and it's easy to find. So I thought this was a brilliant, and this is just the beginning of, kind of her, in the, beginning research. So she hasn't fleshed out a whole bunch of these things yet. But I think over time, as her research progresses, I think this document is going to become quite interesting because, like I said, as she went through, she was just pointing out things that were odd to her. And then if she moves on, as I suspect she may, to like the trial transcripts, and she generates a second document that's very much like this one, but for the trial transcripts, and then she can compare information between trial testimony and the investigation reports that she's already basically created a bunch of, what I would call road signs for the queso reports, which I think is I just think this is a huge thing that could really be super helpful to people. And she puts in a lot of links. She went out and found a lot of links to at the StephenAveryCase.org. And sometimes it's videos. Sometimes it's like one of my videos. Sometimes it's one of like Allie's videos that she links to illustrate, what she's talking about and things like that. And I mean, it's just brilliant. And all she did was create this in Word. I mean, and like, so and we're going to kind of maybe go through it here in a little bit, but let me come back and check on the comments real quick and see what you guys are doing here. Do you need me to send it again, Adrian? Hold on. Okay, Adrian, the invite's been sent. Scotch Andy. This is some excellent work. Yeah, okay. It is. It really is. I will share a link after we're done here. I will share a link with everybody that where you can find it. Let me see if I can just find it right now, actually. These videos that she links to illustrate, what she's talking about. Hello, things like Adrian. That. You're gonna need to mute your YouTube window. I mean, it's just brilliant, and all she did was create this in Word. There we go. Thank you. and we're gonna kind of maybe go through it here in a little bit. But let me come back and check on the comments real quick and see what you guys are doing here.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, but you need to mute your YouTube window because I'm coming through twice basically there.
Can anybody hear me?
Do you need me to send it again, Adrian? Hold on. Let's see. Okay,
can you guys hear me now?
I hear yes. I see yes, 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 yes. They hear you. Yes, they hear you.
All right.
So,
Let's see.
Allie, check your email. You're supposed to be in on this too.
I know, but I can't hear
So
you.
yes, they can hear you. So,
and I can hear you.
are you having trouble with your camera? Is that what you're having trouble with? Gotcha. This is some excellent work. Yeah, okay. You know, it is. It really is. You've got something not muted. I will share a link after we're done here. Hello? I'll share a link with everybody
can see you now.
that where you can find it.
Hello?
Let me see if I can just find it right now, actually.
Is that my side that's doing this? That's muted.
Say something now. Can we hear you now?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Do you have
No.
any YouTube windows open on any other tabs? Because I'm hearing myself come through this.
Oh, no way. Let me see, maybe.
Yeah, so back to yes, everybody can hear us. Everything sounds good now. I think you're good.
Okay.
So these videos, she links
there it is.
to illustrate, what she's talking about, things like that. You're gonna need to mute your YouTube window. I mean, it's just brilliant.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Okay.
Sorry, but I can't hear you guys. Hold on.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you're putting your earphones in. Okay, hold on. Just getting her earphones in, everybody.
Okay. Oh, see that? I don't know what that. So,
Everybody's saying yay.
all right. Can you guys hear me?
I think they can. I think they've already been saying that they could hear you. Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I don't know what it's doing.
Okay. I hear you. All right, I think she's having a little trouble with her earbuds, folks. I don't think she can hear me at this point. We can all hear her, I think, but I don't think she can hear me, which could be a problem if we're trying to go through the document here. So I know you guys can hear both of us. I'm sure you guys can hear both of us, but I think she can't hear me because she isn't responding. Say something now. Can we hear you now?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Do you have any YouTube windows open on any other tabs? Because I'm hearing myself come through this.
Oh, no way.
It's been 2 weeks since we did that original hangout. It's hard to remember every single little thing. All right, so so this person that's visiting with us is Adrian Gonzalez. She is the person that created the document that I was showing you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is bring the document back up. Hopefully, Adrian's going to be able to hear me at some point, but she'll be able to see the document too, and she'll be able to comment when she wants to. Oh,
See that?
I can hear her, but can you hear me, Adrian?
Everybody's saying yay.
Oh, nope. There I am coming through your YouTube window again.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can
I
hear
think
you.
I think they've already been saying that they
Can you
hear
hear?
you.
Can you hear me now? Me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now.
Can you guys hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I don't
Okay,
think
so
you
you're
can.
hearing.
See, it's weird. All right. I don't know what it's doing.
Okay, I hear you.
I hear myself coming back through my speakers. So, are you watching through the Google Hangout window, or are you watching on the YouTube Live? If so, you need to mute YouTube itself, that tab, and go to the Hangout window, because that's where you and I are live together. If so, you need to mute YouTube. Then yeah, that's what I noticed too, guys. She was responding. Yeah, she was watching it come through with a lag on YouTube instead of there's an actual window, an Hangout window, where her and I are live together. I think she's.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right, guys. I don't know what to do about this, but it's taking a lot of time.
I see. I can't hear you now.
So here. All right, so I'm letting her know I'm just going to move forward. Hopefully she's going to figure out that she needs to open up. She needs to mute. And if you guys can help her in the chat with this, she needs to mute YouTube. She needs to get out of the tab that YouTube's open in. And she needs to go to the Google Hangout window. It opens up as a completely separate window from Google itself. It's going to be probably down on her dashboard. And that's where she needs to be talking to me in real time there. I think she's trying to talk to what's happening on YouTube. I think that's creating an issue. And I don't think she can hear me. So if she comes in here, if you guys can try to explain that to her, that she should have a completely separate window from her internet browser that is a Google Hangout window, and that's where she needs to go and talk to me. All right, moving on to the document. Okay, so first thing, going through it, she's obviously going through it in chronological order, which works out pretty well because queso is in chronological order, basically, for the most part. It's a little jumbled in certain areas, but for the most part, it's kind of progresses through the investigation in a chronological fashion. So here she is on page 3. Wiegert speaks with Ryan regarding, calling George Zipperer and Zipperer info below. And she's put in a link to the StephenAveryCase.org where you guys can get all the documents. Those are where the documents are available for everybody. As I noted, the thing that was cool about me, and I think for the people that get into the phone calls and that kind of stuff, this kind of note taking of the numbers and that sort of thing, so that when you do see when you do see phone records in this case and things like that, you'll have a reference point to find out what numbers those are, who's, because when you see a phone record, the phone record doesn't always tell you what the numbers are. You just see a list of numbers and call times and whatever, and you don't really know. But when you're going through queso, it tells you some numbers, what they are and who they belong to. And so it helps you to be able to decipher that as you come across other phone records in your research. So I thought that was a particularly potentially useful thing for people. As we get to page 8 here, we get to the first thing that she was, highlighting as something kind of a big deal. She highlights it so that it kind of stands out. They took personal journal from TH property tag 7824 with wish someone had the information in her journal. She would, so what Adrian is getting at here is she would really, really like to know what was in that journal. And if anybody has that actual journal, a written journal that she wrote in, besides the video journal that we've all seen parts of in MAM. That's the ones where she's talking about if she died, she hopes everybody understands she's led a happy, she's happy and all those sort of things. That was a video journal that she was keeping ever since she graduated from college and stuff. So that was another journal, but I think this one here was referring to a written journal. 11.4, the flyover with Sheriff Poggle, Wendy Baldwin, and Wiegert. Just a good thing to note. And I believe this would be, I think, the flyover video there, the link. Let's see. In fact, we could probably test that out. No. Well, maybe if not right now, obviously, because I could probably got too many tabs open anyway. So anyway, so page 58 about Pam finding the car, and then she's got a couple links here. So she's collecting things. She's, things that stand out to her. And then she's collecting the links that kind of help inform that to go underneath. And like I say, this document could continually potentially grow and grow and grow as she finds out more and more things about each of these items, the way she's laid it out. But I just love it because this is kind of like a roadmap to queso for her and for others. If other people decide to, as we're going to leave you a link to this document after this, if other people want to take this document and load it into their Word and they want to start building their research around a lot of these, roadmap incidents that Adrian has kind of already laid out, then that's great. That's great. It's like I said, this is a really cool idea because it really kind of puts things in a simple format to be able to, when you're going back trying to find something that you were researching and you don't remember exactly what or where and stuff, you can at least refer back to this if you've kept updating it and been diligent about updating it with new avenues of your research and stuff. And you can go back here and you'll know, oh yeah, when I was researching that would have been in this, folder, potentially computer folder, file folder, type of thing. This could be huge in helping people, keep their research in order, in my opinion. Talking about Redant says he saw saw a fire at the Averys at 4:30. We now know that he's actually said that he saw a glow, but he was being pressured to say that there was a fire. He felt that he was being severely pressured to say there was a fire, but he could only say that he saw a glow from a burn barrel. But anyway, Earl didn't see Teresa's vehicle, and he was doing target practice and fired a 22 rounds, which was a box plus 2 rounds. And Steven was with him. He also adds that Steven didn't fire the gun; he was just there. So, like I said, she goes through and highlights many of these things. Let's see. Item FU, I believe. Did they follow up or no? She talks about FU this as a something to look into. Did they follow up on the polygraph? Did they polygraph anyone? If not, why not? How many witnesses do they ask, and will they take a polygraph? So, sorry. So as she's going through and reading things that, and she's reading about polygraph testing, and then other questions occur to her. Was this checked or looked into? Did this happen or did this not happen or whatever? And so she's making mental notes for herself kind of as she goes along here. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to come back and check on the comments real quick and see what you guys are saying. But this, I think, like I said, I think is absolutely brilliant. But let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to, but don't worry. I'll get it worked out with Adrian. We'll have Adrian on again. Only that time her and I will get into the hangout maybe 45 minutes before, and then her and I will work out the technical issues there before the broadcast starts. Unfortunately, with the broadcast going right now, I don't want to make you guys wait and sit there and wait while we're fumbling around with technical difficulties. So, that's where I'm just. It's a bummer. Well, we'll work it out in the future, Adrian, and we'll definitely have you back. We'll absolutely have you back, and we'll even talk about this again. Don't worry about it, Adrian. We will figure it out. Yeah, we'll absolutely figure it out, and we'll get you back in here, Adrian, at another time. I said roughly. I said there are some parts that get jumbled, Joseph. I said roughly. I didn't say it was absolutely uniformly 100% in chronological order. I did not say that. Very helpful, useful tool. When I've been on Google Hangouts, I used my Find and my iPad. Your phone and your iPad. Don't you Brits spell phone with a PH like we do? Anyway, awesome that you share all this, Adrian. Yeah, it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I think it gives everybody. I mean, even if you don't, let's say you don't want to use Adrian's document, whatever, right? I mean, obviously, some people think it's great and they want to use that as basically a starting structure to kind of build on to, like I said, create roadmaps for your research. And I think it's brilliant in that sense. And for those of you who are interested, I will create a Google Drive link that you all can go to get a copy of this document, and you can load it into your own Word at home, and you can start changing and making the changes that you want to make and that sort of stuff, and adding things in that you've researched that you think are pertinent in the certain things that she's pointed out. Possibly make side notes tying certain things together, maybe that possibly she hasn't tied together yet, that you have found a connection between. However it ends up going, so many people out there have done so much research about this. It's amazing. And so, like I said, this is, I think, a good way to help people try to order and structure their research so that they, like I said, when you get 5, 6, 7, 8 months down the line on something, and you're trying to think back to something you were researching 8 months ago, it gets difficult. It gets difficult sometimes just 4 months ago to remember what you were doing 4 months ago. And having a document like this, that if you're keeping it up, it will be a huge help to you to go back and remember and find and be able to quickly research things that you have already researched but need a little refresher on. This kind of document will be pure gold for saving you the time and pointing you right to where you need to go to refresh on those things. That's the type of thing I think a document like this can do that is absolutely huge. For those of you who are very serious, who have discovered your interactivist and you know, that's it. You have joined the fold. You know, I think something like this is brilliant. And so that's just something I wanted to say. Is this on the new site, Erekose? New site. What do you mean, Silverback? Which site? You mean my Facebook page? Hello, Chad. How you doing, buddy? Okay, so Marissa posted you guys a link to here. There you go. Great. Awesome. Yeah, no, as I said, Adrian wasn't necessarily trying to do it in chronological order. I said, let me just be clear. Let me be absolutely 100% clear here, folks. Everybody paying attention? Okay, I said that it just so happens that queso is mostly in chronological order. It's not 100% in chronological order, but it's mostly in chronological order. So it just so happens, as she's going through it one page at a time and making her notes, that it's going to just mostly end up being mostly in chronological order. As I said, there are a few points where queso gets a little jumbled up and there's things kind of out of order, but for the most part, it's kind of in chronological order. So thanks, guys. It's really hard to go research stuff. And Adrian, look, it's things like this that you created that are going to probably be a huge help for people. Now that people have seen what you were doing, they're going to have ideas of how to organize their own research. And once we get hundreds, thousands of people who are well versed and have done their homework and have their own little backup records to inform them, and so that there's thousands of people arguing intelligently about this case and know the facts and know the evidence and know what's happened in this case. And when there's that many people, it's an overwhelming force. And hopefully that's what we're creating here. And that's hopefully what you're helping to create, Adrian, by this brilliant document. From the moment I first looked at this, when she first sent it to me, I was immediately going, oh my Lord, this is brilliant. It's absolutely 100% brilliant. Facebook page is Erekose MAM. Here, I don't know. I'd have to open up Facebook. Let me see here. You know what? I can do that real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay, that's the Facebook page I just posted there. Am I making you blush, Adrian? Look, it is. It truly is. It's brilliant. And I think a lot of people are going to use your document to start the structure for their own research and to help them keep their research in order. I think what you created is brilliant. So, but if you're blushing, then, that just means you're humble, and it makes me like you even more. When AC files a report 8 months after an incident happens, is the report backdated to the date of the actual event? Don't let your head explode on this question. Joseph, I accept that right there is an example of something that certainly gets out of the chronological order. Certainly. That's what I concede that singular point is certainly not in chronological order because of the way that it was handled. Okay, I guess I'm at your website, Lucy. Oh, the website. Yes, okay, there you go. Does anyone know what we can expect to see happen on the 20th? Yeah, we were talking about that a bit in yesterday's live. Hey, dude, tell everyone what we think about people appearing on YouTube. Are you referring to my campaign last year around Christmas time, Mr. Capaldi? Sorry. That comment, although I think I know what you were talking about, it bears a little so close. It's so close to havering. I'm not sure what it means. My email address is, well, here. That's my email address. And so I'm going to probably just not go back to the document at this point. I'm going to let everybody know that you got the link to it. So I'm going to let you guys kind of go through it there and look at the various things in that document. Anyways, and let you guys look at the various things in that document and you know, see what's there. And then I'll have Adrian back, you know, maybe, I don't know, next weekend, possibly on like, say, maybe Saturday night, this coming weekend. And yeah, so if she's not crazy with Christmas shopping and all that stuff, we can maybe do it then, or we'll just figure it out some point next weekend. Her and I can get together and then really go over this document. Maybe even Travis can be there with us at that point as well. We'll have to see how it goes, of course. But I think it's brilliant, and I think, judging by a lot of your reactions, you guys kind of see the value in it as well. Adrian's already done shopping. Whew, damn, right on. So, but yeah, I just, like I said, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a good starting point, and that's the biggest thing when you get into this is you start to get a couple months down the line, and you start like, man, wasn't I looking into that one thing like 2 months ago? Like, where was that again? You know, and that feeling of where was that again sucks. So sucks. Trust me. And sometimes you're able to remember. Sometimes you're not. And so sometimes you end up waiting a while, and it turns out that somebody else happens to post it somewhere one day where you see it again and go, that's that thing I was looking for. And then you know, but if you create something like this, you won't have to have too many of those experiences. So that's what, like I said, one of the things that I think is just brilliant about it. Yes, the filing will be roughly 160 to 170 pages. Yeah. Well, it's the whole thing here is that Adrian's organization can be the starting point for many others in developing their own sense of organization and develop their own method of organization. I did see Zellner's tweet. You want to see it again? Okay, let's show it again for Allie. Hold on a second, Allie. And then we'll play a Stacy Seabrook song while we're looking at it.
Let me tell you about a story. Now we better talk bound about that.
We're not done yet, by the way.
A right bunch of clowns.
Special treat, song in the middle.
Like a plastic crown. How they stick into a story of which they are now bound. It's a rabbit hole they don't want you to go down. Like over Wisconsin, they're doubling down. See, they framed them once, then they did it again. They did not count on filmmakers making MAM. They thought their lives were safe, all went by the ruse. They cannot figure on 19 million views. It'll make you shake your head and probably frown. But over in Wisconsin, they're doubling down. I said they double down and they triple down. They're headed down a road which they cannot turn around. They walk around like they'll be home free. Because they control all the evidence on the local judges and found is the state's AG. But I got some news. It's as plain as day. It doesn't matter what the state or the guilt just say. Because we got Kathleen.
Because we got
She's
Kathleen.
got them in her sights.
She's a real life hero, turning wrongs to rights.
No matter how
Hard that state's gavel pounds. Over in Wisconsin,
they're coming down. I said no matter how hard that state's gavel pounds. That house of cards isn't coming down. It'll make you shake your head and probably frown. Said
over in Wisconsin,
they're coming down. Over in Wisconsin, they're coming down.
All right. So hopefully that was fun for y'all. But that is Kathleen Zellner's tweet. Allie, yes, right here. We were all talking a little bit about it earlier. But yeah, tomorrow's something new. Who knows what it's going to be? We were speculating a little bit about what it might be. But you know, yeah. I don't know. What's your idea, Allie? What do you think it is? I was like I was saying earlier, I think it could be either she's going to be coming forward with like all the particulars about how the battery traces back to one of the Manitowoc fleets. Could be something about the tip she's been referring to that came forward. And you know, it could maybe something with that. I'm just whatever it is, I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like cage rattling kind of stuff. That's going to get people, you know, who are attached to this, worried and possibly scared. In 1 week, we're filing appellate brief, so we're going to file all of this information with the higher court. We've got a record that's 22,000 pages. Is it conceivable that Ellie just did the whole thing from A to Z? I suppose it's possible. I never saw that. Sounds interesting. That's Casey's quote. Zellner has been tweeting a fair bit this year. Absolutely. Yes, gonna dance now. Don't get strange. He does know of it. Let's see. Stacy Seabrook, everybody visit his channel. Thank you, Erekose. You know what I want to hear. I know everybody loves Stacy. That's why I know you guys love it now that he's at the beginning of all my premieres, because I know all of you ladies are, you know, you get to see Stacy at the beginning of all the videos now. You know, it's like, let's see. This is my favorite of Stacy's songs. I don't get tired of these songs. Just they're doubling down. Absolutely. Hit the like button. Always remember to hit the like button. Oops, I saw something from Mr. Capaldi there. Where'd it go? Oh, thank you so much, DS. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you. Thank you. The doc, somebody posted a link to it, DSP. Marissa, can you post that for DSP again, please? The Adrian's document you had posted the link for. Dang it. I need him either confirmed or not so I can move on. Move on. Him one way or the other. I know it looks like him right now, but I don't want it to be him. Let's see. She says she knows the murderer. I know she's saying she's saying so many things. It's hard to say what tomorrow is. It going to maybe be a smorgasbord of things that she's going to be talking about? Maybe it will be. Maybe it's not going to just be one thing. Maybe it's going to be multiple things. Maybe she's going to be talking about where the battery traces back to and this anonymous tip that came in that is interesting to her. I mean, and maybe something else that we don't even know about yet that maybe she hasn't even alluded to yet. All these things obviously can't be used in the brief, but they can be used on Twitter to get people worried, to get them scared that an evidentiary hearing or, I mean, more evidence is going to be given to her, more evidence that's going to really prove something that they don't want proven. I mean, these are the things that I'm thinking. She's working this situation, getting the people who were involved worried. And I think that's probably a good plan. And like I said, she's already getting interesting tips according to what she's saying. This is going to get very interesting, I think. Let's see, adult diapers will sell out. Yeah, because they're filling their Pampers. That's right. I need him either challenged or confirmed. I've updated it on my side, just not on the website yet. New something creepy Ken. The only ones with clear motive is LE. The rest is either jealousy or sexual perversion. I keep trying to look for motive. Yeah, law enforcement with the $36 million and the state of Wisconsin with the $36 million. All, there's Adrian's document. Marissa just posted it. The website Adrian's on also as well. That's another thing created by the Kose heads. Really, really cool stuff. Kose heads are really digging in, by the way. They're all getting really, they're really doing some really, really interesting work over there, looking into lots of things, and it's pretty interesting. But that little website's pretty interesting. It's got a lot of interesting information on it. See, she isn't gonna give up just enough to get Wisconsin wondering. Law enforcement, Chad Huckabee, KZ's job is to raise reasonable doubt in the conviction. If she finds a murderer to convict properly, then that is a bonus. Absolutely. Ali Apperson, he gets mad when people make fun of him. Let's see. That's a really political when I said that. Never mind. I think Stacy won't have had it hard to make a song about Ken plenty of material. I just subscribed to Adrian's site. Awesome. I love it, Scotch Andy. Hanukkah was this past week, FYI. Let's see. Stacy thinks it could be the test results from the Dassey Garage. Okay, tell him I'm sending him an invite right now. He can come in and tell us all about it. Yep, that was it. All right, I sent Stacy an invite. Maybe he'll jump in and join us, folks. I don't know if he can because Sunday, he might not be able to, unfortunately. Right. He's got company. Oh, usually he's doing something else at this time on Sunday. So I thought he might, whatever he's doing, I guess he's busy. So no worries. I'm, sending him an invite just, shows him how much I like him. Right. If he can't make it, he can't make it. No worries. Let's see. Once he gets found guilty, how much will they pay him? Found not guilty, how much will they pay him? Oh, that's always up to the courts. We'll have to see. I'll bet you Zellner's not going to be settling for anything less than what's deserved. It has to be something good, otherwise. Okay, that's a nice chunk of change. He's got company development. Awesome. I was checking out that webpage he has started. Money signed by chat music lover Lori. Falcon, are you confessing tomorrow around 2:30 p.m.? Asking for a friend. God. What is Cozy Heads? Cozy Heads is Kose. Cozy Heads, like Erekose. And Cozy Heads are a group of people who came together like through my videos, and we've created a couple. There's a couple Google Hangouts that continue to grow every day. People continue to join every day, where people are just in there 24/7 talking about the case. So it's just something that's been created, that's just popped up since October 19th, and I think it's beautiful. It's also kind of the place where Adrian's magnificent work that you were looking at here in this video earlier, it's kind of where it came from. She was part of this group. We were all in this group talking to each other and talking about things and talking about evidence. As she was reading the CASO report and stuff, she was noting the things that were popping out of interest to her, and stuff like that. So this is where these little kind of think tanks have kind of cropped up, because of the community that's getting created here. And I hope to keep this going as best I can. I just want to keep showing up here for all of you to get together and talk and see that there's more community that you can be part of if you want to. That there's just, if you don't have a bunch of people around you in your life that are interested in making a murderer, well, trust me, I'm trying to create lots of places where you can go and find other people that are into it and want to talk about it and want to talk about evidence or aspects and facets of the case. Hopefully these things will continue. They are going strong right now. Like I said, the numbers grow every day, and it's really awesome to see. Cozy Heads all live on Avery Road. I think that's accurate. Adrian is amazing. Yeah, he's not exaggerating when he says 24/7. I'm not. Think tanks love it. It's kind of what it is. I mean, everybody's in there thinking about this case all the time, saying smart stuff, suggesting some things that, either get proven or disproven or whatever. I mean, think tank is kind of the best way to describe it, in my opinion. Everybody's in there thinking all the time. Wasn't there a tarp over the RAV4? There was, at one point, yes. I'm curious, what is around that? What is that around your air conditioner? That's just a decorative. It's just a decorative kind of trim I created for it that I improvised with some stuff at Home Depot to give it a kind of a steampunk kind of look. Cult of Koze. I'm not so crazy about using the word cult, especially since somebody recently was calling me and my subscribers the cult of lefties. But so I'm not real big on the word cult, but the Cozy Heads are a good bunch. They care, they're interested, they are taking the initiative to research and dig in, and they're finding other people out there that are talking about the case, and they're bringing them into the fold. I mean, they're doing a lot of things. They're working on it. They're thinking about this all the time. There's always somebody in there thinking about this. And like I say, Rubber Duckies come on in there, and Rubber Duckies now become a big part of the conversation in there and stuff. It's just, like I said, it's just an excellent think tank. Travis is in there sometimes, giving his legal expertise and opinion. It's a real good place. And as long as everybody remembers to keep check their egos at the door of the chat, it could continue to be a really good place. And who knows what things might get put together by all the people that are in there researching this and helping each other research and putting things together slowly over time. Who knows what might end up emerging? They might end up coming up with something huge that they can send over to Zellner and see her tweeting about it. Who knows? But when this many people are getting together and putting that much effort in, and they're all, a lot of smart people, you never know. Healthy. Meredith Tooley, you could maybe find some debate in there, but you'd have to Maybe we need to create a hangout that's like innocent guilty, like the Facebook group. Maybe that's, and then, you know, that way we're Falcon and all that, and we can get together every once in a while and do little debates. That's not a bad idea, Meredith. Erekose clan. Quit calling it a clan. No way, Stacy is cool. We were here for you, you handsome fella. Oh, thank you. Colton, don't fold. Colt and fold. Colt and fold don't go belong into the same sentence. Cozy clan. Okay, fine. It's a clan. I guess I'm stuck. A clan's better than cult, though. I'm good with the clan. I am fine being part of a cult, but anyone who calls me a lefty is completely confused. Thanks for that, Joseph. That made me laugh. Let's see. Rubber Ducky has been rocking it too. Rubber Ducky's doing some great work. I suggest people that don't know who she is, check her out. I didn't know defending innocent people had a political affiliation. Somebody said recently they called us a lefty cult or a cult of lefties. That's all. We agree. I've had a few people now jump in response to it, basically saying I'm a Republican, and I support Brendan and Stephen kind of thing, and so it's true. It's not just Democrats or lefties that support Stephen and Brendan. So I love the work and effort you put in. Thank you so much, Michelle. Also seen a few vids from Rubber Ducky today. Yeah, absolutely. She's smart. She researches. She pulls out a lot of documents and real documents for you to look at and stuff like that. And yeah, she's doing good work over there. I like the strange email section of your document, Adrian. See, everybody loves your work, Adrian. That's what I'm saying. You did a good job. A little late. Any idea about what Zellner is planning to say tomorrow? Some sort of new information. We've been speculating. Could be all the information that fleshes out how she knows where the battery came from and what Manitowoc fleet it tracks back to. Probably maybe that, or it could be that and other things. Maybe something about this tip she received about now knowing exactly what happened or whatever type of thing. So there's a few things it could be, to be perfectly honest. It's Matt Damon. Yeah, that's me. I'm Matt Damon. Goodwill Hunting. A little let's see. The dude is super cool because he has an air conditioning unit from Doctor Who's TARDIS. Yeah, Mr. Capaldi knows I'm a Doctor Who fan, so that's why he says that. Let's see. Maybe everyone is right of center regardless of politics because they are correct. And what a couple of these people said in response was, I'm a Republican, but this doesn't strike me as a political issue. This strikes me as a criminal justice issue. And that's exactly the way they worded it, and I thought it was brilliant. It's actually in the Stephen Avery org link, but I had to add it. It's about right and wrong, not right or left. Sure. Shirts and skins, I'm in. See, like the Clampets. Oh, yeah, there you go. Spin off of the Clampets. And us nobodies who are there to learn like me. Just got here. Hi, peeps. Maybe not debate, but talk about it and help foster ideas. Yeah. See, you really like Rubber Duckies. Groupies like the. Let's see. We support law enforcement. What MTSO did to SA has nothing to do with enforcing laws. Correct. The politics of man makes bad policing. True. Matt Damon and Christian Slater hair. I love Christian Slater. Christian Slater is the guy I liked when I was growing up, the actor I liked when I was a teenager. Let's see here. Oh, Rebecca's in her PJs. I stand corrected. Where are you from, Lindsay? Let's see, was already taken. Dang you, DC. So, obviously, I think I'm going to go ahead and let you guys have some fun checking into Adrian's document. As I said before, Adrian will be back at a later point, and we'll really go through this document, and she'll be able to share with you her thoughts as she was creating it, which will be brilliant, because that will help you guys in informing you of how you would want to create your own document like this, or how, if you use this document yourself, how you would want to add to it when you load it into your own Word, software and stuff, and are able to add sections or subsections and things like that to add your own kind of unique in research, and to fit this your unique style of researching possibly. But I think it's a brilliant starting point, and I think we will. And so just to know, we will have Adrian back to really go through this thing properly with her, so that all the thoughts that she was having as she was creating it, you guys can hear what she had going on and why she was doing it the way she did, and the method, to understanding the structure it took. So we're definitely going to be doing that. Now we are going to listen to a little Mr. Seabrook on the way out. And I don't know. Let's put up.
How do you pay a debt for someone you owe 36 million? You don't, it might as well be a bajillion. Oh, this is what you do. You charge the one you owe with murder. The debt goes to. Now first, you gotta have a body. I don't know how you get it, but I know it is natty. Find that car that body drove. Park the car in the yard, throw the body in the stove. Now this part,
Overemphasize, I can't. You got to have the law enforcement that likes to plan. Oh no, not by me.
Talking bone, blood, bullets, a car and a key. How do
You pay a debt for someone you owe 36 million. You don't, it might as well be a cajillion.
Oh, this is what you do. You charge the one you owe with murder. The debt goes to. Now you cook that body up, all well done. Just leave some pieces out for identification. Like the tibia, he's at 23. Oh, wait.
Some of you ain't following me.
But this brings me to the important
But if
part
you have
of the
Adrian's
scheme.
document,
You got to own the lab and forensics team. Pick one out, the dollar's knife. Get her to deviate from protocol, first time in her life. How do you pay a bill for someone you owe 36 million? You don't, it might as well be a bajillion. Oh, this is what you do. You charge the one you owe with murder. The debt goes to. make sense. Don't worry, they don't ask questions, they just nod their heads. You gotta block the corner from the scene. You got to beware now, dogs that are mean. Lose all the cameras, don't take a shot. Multi-label everything you got. You gotta keep all the evidence locked up safe. If anything gets broken, fix it with scotch tape and repeat. The bolts are intertwined, the wires from the ties. Yeah, repeat that lie. How do you pay a bill for someone you owe 36 million? You don't. It might as well be a bajillion. Oh, this is what you do. You charge the one you owe with murder. The debt goes to. Now say you get away with all this stuff, but 10 years later you just don't have enough. Go write a book, try to cash in, don't worry about the ethics, there's none in Wisconsin, cause if there are you would have been jailed and sued from all the domestic violence victims that you abuse. How do you pay a bill for someone you owe 36 million? You don't, it might as well be a bazillion. Oh, this is what you did, you framed an innocent man and his nephew kid.
He's innocent. The day always comes if you're innocent.
We're going to play a second one, folks. If you want, stick around.
Get on the train before it leaves the station. Wisconsin versus Avery, a complete fabrication. Get on the train before it leaves town. The truth train is coming, gonna run them down, run them down. And we all know Stephen and Brendan were blamed, but it does not take a brain surgeon to see that they were framed. And yes, we know what this was about. The civil suit, the settlement, they did not want to pay out, want to pay out. And you may hear this song, or maybe you don't get it. I suggest you look up TikTok,
Manitowoc on Reddit.
There you will find trial transcripts, evidence files, and reports, and you will start to fathom the corruption within the courts. And as you shake your head because everything seems demented, you will find yourself in company of 3 on-bank judges that dissented. But don't you worry, you're not going insane. You just happen to sit down on
Zellner's Truth Train. Get on the train before it leaves the station.
Final destination, inevitable exoneration. Get on the train before it leaves town. The truth train is coming, gonna run them down, run them down. Get on the train.
Hey, we're trying to get him here, guys. I'm trying. We may even try to fund it for him. We'll have to see. There's a lot of ladies that want to see him get here. One more, guys? What do you think? One more? I think it's brain fingerprint them all. Yes, well, there you go.
Two years since MAM, now here I go again. you can find innocent men in a 10 by 10 face. Oh, now the men deserve. But fear breeds silence in Manitowoc. You don't say nothing cause you know you're cops. But someone knows something, yet everyone plays ball. I say we round them all up. Let's brain fingerprint them all. Everything about the case was suspicious. I hope the biting teeth of justice is so vicious. For those who bred the lie, they temporarily preserve. From time into time to threatening so-called confession, to the fact that Peterson was out of town when she went missing. How can we forget Andy and William Henry Call? I say we round them all up. Let's brain fingerprint them all. So much planted evidence now anyone can see. The magic bullet and blood in the RAV. And even evidence that defies gravity. The key that turned up 7 searches later with none of her DNA at all. Let's brain fingerprint them all. I say we round them all up. Let's brain fingerprint them all. Who's pulling strings? I want to know their top ranks. For those who pay attention, all the armbands stank. And those that are smiling, they always knew who would take the fall.
Big cracks.
I say we round them all up. Let's brain fingerprint them all. I say we round them all up. Let's brain fingerprint them all.
Boy, Stacy's gonna be bummed that he had company and had to miss out on this, huh?
TikTok Manitowoc.
All right, I'm gonna let TikTok Manitowoc play, and that's gonna be it, folks. TikTok Manitowoc. He will walk free again. Where it stops, I don't know. So long ago, they lived in the sights on Avery.
Should have been a house.
Oh, there ain't no doubt. Oh, there's something like integrity. Tick-tock, Manitowoc.
What kind of message are you trying to send?
Well, we're grooving a little bit today, Mandy. But this is the last one.
The truth always comes out in the end.
Hi, Valerie.
Oh,
Like a curse, October 31st, so they say. Something went down, well rehearsed, though. They got a murder in the first, with a story I can't believe. Tick-tock, Manitowoc. We know someone fabricated, don't you see? Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you. That's very kind. Manitowoc. The blood, the bones, the key. Tick-tock, Manitowoc. Tick-tock, Manitowoc. Tick-tock, Manitowoc. Is Stacy here? Is Stacy here? I don't see him. But thank you so much. And oh, here he is. All right. Hey, Stacy's here. And in honor of the fact that Adrian donated $5, we're going to go another one. Loving it, Stacy. You're killing it, buddy. It's awesome. Don't get strange. Oh, no, no. I ain't getting strange. I'm sick of this suffering. Can't stand the pain. Don't get strange. We know what's so red. Totally insane. Don't get strange. Everything they got. Questionable evidence. And a wall. But it made some sense. While they're in the game. Don't get strange. Don't get strange. Oh, no, no, no. I ain't getting strange. I ain't getting strange. I love the part when he calls Kratz a legal stain. That cheating, that predatory sweaty. You can throw away. He's a legal stain. Don't get strange. Don't get strange. Everybody mosey on over to Laura's channel after this. I know we're having a little fun. She may be getting a little worried that it isn't going to end. Don't get strange. I think that was perfect. Perfect ending. Perfect everything. You guys were perfect tonight. You guys were great. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out while we jammed with Stacy's songs there. Thank you for everything. You guys are great. You guys you guys make it a lot of fun for me. Even though I'm going every day and I'm putting in a lot of hours, you know, it's worth it to hang out with you guys and to see how happy this makes you guys and how you know gratified you guys are. It's tell you, it helps. You know, when I start to feel weary and stuff like that, you know, your guys' enthusiasm it just, you know, it rejuvenates me. It makes me excited. And it just, you know, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. So every bit of appreciation you have for me, I have it equally for you guys, because you guys you decided to take the time out of your busy lives with your, you know, having your kids and your jobs and your mortgages and all the things that you have in your life to worry about. And you're taking that time to go ahead and take an interest in what happened to a 16-year-old kid and, you know, when and a 43-year-old man over in Manitowoc at the time in 2005. Anyway, because you're taking an interest and possibly even in other things besides this case, because you're doing those things, I admire you guys just as much. And you guys are here and you guys are talking about this stuff. And like I say, the community that continues to grow, I just can't, it's all so impressive to me. I'm in awe of it. But you guys are all great and you guys continue to make it grow. Look, I can't say enough. It's about you guys too. It's not just about me right here. It's not. You guys are making this, you know, great. It's you know, give your guys a pat on the backs, because like I said, you guys have taken an interest. You've found that inner activist in yourself, and you're willing to say this isn't right, and kind of draw that line in the sand. And I love you for it. I do. I really do. Oh, well, I'm glad we're here for you, Silverback. All righty, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get off now so that Laura doesn't have any worries, so that you guys can all be there and check out what she's got going on. It's been a pleasure having you all here. Thank you for sticking around. And like I said, you guys are the stars too. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see ya.